Alright, should be recording now, or streaming rather. Let's pull up the old Twitch, see how things are going. Twitch, let's see here. Alright, this is I'm live. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, blah blah blah. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, blah blah blah. Oh man, that fan is really annoying. Oh man. God. It's gonna get so hot in here if I turn that thing off. I'll turn it off for a while. As long as I can stand, I suppose. Anyway, make things a little better. Hello and welcome. It's been a while. Lots been happening, and a lot hasn't been happening. Last thing to go up was obviously the 6.1 MSQ. Then after that, we've had a good month of nothing. I've been busy with projects IRL that have really kept me from pursuing any sort of streaming activities. There's not anything out right now that I want to stream anyway. So I'm way behind on Genshin Impact. I could get into that, but then I'd have to play Genshin Impact, and I'm still burnt out on it, so we've just sort of been waiting. And now Hildibrand is out, and I definitely want to record this, so here we are streaming it. I've moved in between now and then, so my setup's a little bit different. Nothing should be a major change, I think. But besides that, I think there's nothing really else to mention beforehand. Just save for Olive's haircut. I've already decided that the next part of his physical evolution is I want him to grow his hair out, and I want him to have longer hair by 7.0. So, also his hair will be black again in 7.0. So, as he grows out his hair throughout the patches, his hair will also be changing color from, you know, bright to dark, bright to dark, bright to dark as he re-dyes it and whatnot. So, as you can see now, his hair is starting to lose a little bit of its color that he had at the end of Endwalker and 6.1. So, that's what that's going to be about, and that's what it's going to be about going further in the future. So, look forward to that. But, enough talking, let's get into it. I have no idea how long this is going to be. The Sleeping Gentleman. Wait, I know you. We met in Kugane. You're the stone-cold killer I asked to look after the love of my life. What's that look for? Surely you haven't forgotten me. You and me? We had a moment. A connection. Not like the one I've got with her, of course. But I know I left an impression. I was about to say, aren't you that stalker dude? You little bastard who smells like cheese, and followed Nashu to Kugane after stalking her for over 5 years. Frankly, considering how many blows to the head I'm thinking, I'm lucky I haven't forgotten my own name. That one. Hey, there's nothing creepy about my love. It's as pure as the pristine waters of the forest stream. Fair point about the cheesesteak, though. But enough about me. This is about Miss Nashu. Ever since she got sucked into that weird portal back east, I've been scouring the world for any sign of her. I was this close to giving up, but then huzzah! I found her here in Rodzithan. Normally I'd be happy to get back to playing the silent invisible guardian, but she seems pretty distressed by the plight of her inspector friend. He's here too, but laid up and showing no signs of waking anytime soon. My Nashu has been fashioning all sorts of medicines in hopes of rousing him, but to no avail. I mean, I couldn't care less if he kicked the bucket, but I hate seeing her like this. She's liable to work herself to death. So what say you? Will you deliver my dearest Nashu from her plight? You'll find her over at the High Crucible, no doubt slaving over an alembic. And with that, I'll get back to cheering her on from the shadows. You too, I guess. Now go, quickly, save my beloved. Off we go. God, do we have to go to the first to, like, retrieve his soul? Put it in his soul vessel? Where are you? Shoot, they said the High Crucible. Oh, I guess I'm running. Nashu! That should do it. Now to take this medicine and drink some water while I can. Ugh. Core, Allah, it feels like it's been forever, though definitely less than a year. Oh god. Alpha Noah and Alize are never gonna grow up. Holy shit. Oh. Wow. Come out the gate swinging. Holy shit. Ugh. What brings you to Rods and Han? Enjoying a spot of adventuring, or perhaps... Then you've heard. It's true. Inspector Hildibrand's gone into hibernation again. Wait. You're giving me that look. The one that screams, what about the whole weird portal business? Alright, since you silently asked. So, back on the Ruby Sea, remember how Greg got doused in with dew prism and was forced to whisk us all far away? How that strange rift then opened up, which the inspector got sucked up into, and how I followed him in after it. Well, after that, we all ended up in this bizarre place. Couldn't tell up from down, left from right, and so we wandered, lost and confused. Fortunately, Greg came to his senses and explained that we were in the interspectorial rift, and then used the same trick to bring us home. Greg himself stayed behind, though. Something about a score that he had to settle. Not sure what that was about, but hey, you know Greg. Anyway, we're back now, but the rub is that Inspector Hildibrand hasn't opened his eyes once. I know he needs his beauty sleep, but it's been an awfully long time, less than a year. And we've got cases to solve. I've been trying my hand at apothecary stuff, seeing if I can't make something that'll get him up and moving, but nothing seems to work. But I think we're making progress. Me and Mr. Chupacabra from the Shaku concern, that is. You remember Mr. Chupacabra, right? Got sucked into the rift with us. Former evil mastermind. Not so bad once you get to know him. Pleased I am to beat you once more, and under less compromising circumstances. If I may correct our mutual friend, I am Jabraka, chairman of the Sajatra concern. Your distrustful and somewhat bloodthirsty glare is not unwarranted, but in my defense, who among us has not contemplated enslaving the rich and powerful to bend the world to their whim? I pray you forgive my poor joke, and allow me to assure you that after wandering the interdimensional rift for the sisters only know how long, I am a changed man. Naturally, I understand that words alone would not suffice to absolve me of my sins. Thus, since my return, I have operated a humble apothecary that caters to the needs of one and all. Furthermore, I made arrangements for Miss Nashu's workshop. Rest assured that I will spare no effort in helping her see Inspector Hildibrand awakened and return to full health. And with that, if you would excuse me, I must see to other business. Suspicion. Isn't he the nicest ex-villain you ever met? Ah, but that's right. I had just finished my latest medicine. I've got high hopes for this new recipe. I suppose I ought to get a look at the Manderville man myself. Medicine might not do us any good. Ollie's got a little insight into what's going on. Really? Well, you've seen all kinds of amazing things in your travels. So maybe you'll be able to tell what's wrong with the inspector if you get a look at him for yourself. He's resting in a room up in coma. Let's go. God, that opening with that joke. My main criticism of this entire game's story. Oh my god. I feel seen. I feel acknowledged. Hello? You in here? Oh, there he is. Isn't this room nice? Mr. Chupacabra's taken care of everything. Even paid the rent in full. Ah, but I'm distracting you, aren't I? You need to concentrate while you examine the inspector, yes? Study the sleeping inspector, Hildibrand. You may move the da-da-da-da-da. Rugged features belie what is, at a closer glance, the sensitive mien of a cultured gentleman. Not familiar with the word mien, or Mayan, whatever how you pronounce it. While he still breathes, he appears to be locked in a deep slumber. Rippling muscles bespeak impressive strength, while smooth skin suggests that only the rarest of occasions does this man resort to violence. Troubling, his limbs are stiff and cool to the touch, as if the blood runs cold in his veins. The exquisite buckles of the stylish footwear are a design unique to House Manderville. These shoes would almost certainly fetch a small fortune in the markets. Spectre's condition is disturbingly reminiscent of the Scions, who were summoned to the First for a time. Yeah, alright. Wake up!
Oh, finished already. Any theories to what's wrong with the inspector?
Well, he's a soulless husk, which is less than ideal. I suspect he may have been summoned to another reflection.
I see. I mean, I don't. But that's what you're supposed to say at times like this. I know that much. How do we wake him up? Return his soul to his body? But where did it go? And what is it doing here? And what is it doing there?
Oh god, does this mean that all the souls that Elidibus summoned have left soulless husks in their reflections? He said they weren't entirely summoned, but I don't know. I'll think about that later. Probably went to the first to become the gentleman of darkness. I think it's gone to another world wholly unlike ours, but still slightly like ours. A world of contrasts. Oh, the gentleman of darkness.
I see. Right. So, can you go there? Great. In that case, I'll leave the soul searching to you. I'm sure it goes without saying, but once you've arrived in this otherworldly world, look for a place that smells of mystery and intrigue, and chat with people there. That's standard agent of inquiry protocol. Oh, and since this is Inspector Hildibrand we're talking about, don't be surprised if you find him asleep or having forgotten a thing or two. But not to worry, I've prepared my traditional medicine just in case. Don't hesitate to use it. And with that, do take care out there.
Oh boy. Back we go. I will take any excuse to go back to the first. I miss Rain. I miss Littlest Sister so much. Ugh. Let's see. Hey Celia. Hey Unikali. Eric Leonard. Welcome back, my friend. I'd offer you a pint, but my barsman sense tells me that's not why you're here. So this friend of yours has gone missing. Sorry to hear that. But plenty of travelers pass through these parts. Could you describe the fellow to me? Hume, burly, wears monocle, well-meaning idiot. He's wearing a tattered suit, most like. Yes, that sounds familiar. Mind you, I didn't see him myself, but I do believe one of our bounty hunters spied such a man when you were all battling that horde of spectral warriors. Giat, come here for a moment. There's someone who wants to speak with you. Hey, Giat.
Let's make it quick. The cell isn't going to shrink the cell. If it ain't Alla, what brings you back to our neck of the woods? Now that you mention it, I did see someone like that. Back there on the battlefield after you ran off to do more hero work. At first, I thought he was going to attack me like the rest of the spirit, what's-its. But no, he just stood there, striking a pose, trying to scare or seduce me. Damned if I could tell. Still, he was glowing, and it wasn't about to take any chances. So I said, "Hey, piss off, ghost."
Piss off, ghost!
And sent him packing. Did he die, you ask? To which I say, what am I, a Couragean? Also, I've kept my mug waiting long enough. Good talk.
Could it be the Warrior of Darkness? Who's come to visit? Hey, Thaler? I want to say it's Thaler. Yeah! Okay. I remembered. God damn it. What voice do I give this guy? He looks like Ardbird, but I don't want to give him Ardbird voice. So we'll give him generic white man voice number 5. Let's go with 5. I thought that was your voice, but was concerned my ears were playing tricks on me. It's good to see you again. Oh wait, which one's Thaler? Didn't mean to eavesdrop, but overheard you discussing the renegade poser. We've been searching for him for some time now. That was a glitch. I think they gave that Rogadin Thaler's name too. Ugh. There have been sightings in Lakeland, you see. Vonard and I... Yeah, they gave him... That's weird. Anyway, Vonard and I have been tasked with getting to the bottom of it. We've little in the way of useful information, though. All we know is that he appears without warning and strikes a disturbing pose. He's not caused any harm, if you discount the shock of a strange man gesticulating in your general direction, that is. Nevertheless, we've worried his behavior might escalate. Have you been tasked with apprehending the miscreant as well? Not quite, Vonard. All has come back to track down his missing friend. Your miscreant, I regret to say, might be my friend. I'm a friend per se, but I too happen to be looking for a man. He's a friend. Come on. If the man you're looking for might be the one and the same, then why not work together? Between the three of you, you're bound to have better luck. It would be an honor, and a great help. We were just about to leave to gather testimony, as it happens. Yeah, they keep giving him Thaler's name. That's weird. I'm gonna stop worrying about it. Come and join us in Sullen when you're finished here. We'll solve this mystery in no time. Alright, Sullen. Where was that again? Right. Let's go. I miss these trees. Such a pretty place. Now, according to previous... I think in previous quests, was it stated that the Warrior of Light just carries a soul vessel on them at any time? No, that was Graha. Graha's the one who just... He's got one on him. We had to get one from Urianger, I think. when we were transporting Unakalhai. Did I see him? You bet I did. I was crossing through the forest of the Lost Shepherd on my way to deliver fish to Ostal Imperative. Out of nowhere, this odd man left in front of me. I thought he was abandoned at first, but then he abruptly turned to the side, curled his neck, and put his fist to his head as if to say, "I don't know." It was baffling. I ran when I realized he wasn't going to do anything else. Why, yes, I saw someone like that when I was out picking mushrooms in the forest. He even spoke to me. I was repulsed at first by his form, but he only wanted to warn me that fell beasts lurk in the forest, and that I should be wary. Contrary to appearances, I'd say he was actually quite gentlemanly. One more. Where are they? Hello? I'm out of the circle. There you are. Oh, that fellow. I saw him the other day on the way home from Clearmelt. I'd enjoyed one too many libations after my bath and ended up wandering off into the forest. Before I knew it, the sun was dipping low, the sky turning dark, and I was beginning to wonder if I'd ever make it home. Then I felt a gentle tug at my arm, and would you believe it, this odd-looking man led me out of the forest and set me back on the road. I thanked him profusely, but he said nothing in reply, just struck his pose and walked off. I think he's in the forest. Finished questioning the locals, have you? Were you able to learn anything? Not only has the poser caused no harm, he's even helped people? So he's a gentleman, albeit a suspicious one. Something of contradiction, you might say. But there's no reason to doubt what we heard. Everyone seemed to encounter him in the Forest of the Lost Shepherd, right? And that's where we'll look next, shall we? That's pretty. Odds I've taken so many screenshots in this place. Well, here we are. But how exactly are we supposed to begin our search? These woods are, well, woods. It keeps doing it. Got a plan, do you? Far be it from me to doubt the Warrior of Darkness. Show us what you've got in mind, and we'll back you up to the best of our ability. Perform the Manderville Mambo. Get it, Allah! Get it! God, I wish these sound effects would play out every time you do this. Hark! What familiar gentlemanly gyrations are these? Oh my fucking god. No! Light Warden of Forgotten Gentleman. Oh my fucking god. I should have known. Is this a fucking boss battle? No, okay. Oh, I've missed the fucking Hildibrand crest slide so much. On your guard, it's a Sin Eater. No, wait, that's no Sin Eater. It's Hildibrand. It's the Gentleman of Light. Hildibrand? Who is this Hildibrand of whom you speak? I am the Forgiven Gentleman, Devourer of Sins, Light Warden Extraordinaire. You're not a Sin Eater, you're Hildibrand the Gentleman Inspector. You might occasionally moonlight as a zombie overlord, but trust me, you're the Gentleman Inspector. Inspector! Sin Eater! Inspector! You're acquainted with this, gentleman? Right then. Clearly, your friend has been through a lot. But still, how did he get it in his head that he's a Sin Eater? Is there no way to bring back his memories? Gotta beat him up. Of course. Explosives. We're still trying to save him, right? Oh my god, Taylor, be careful. When did this become a volleyball game? We're gonna get some fucking haiku shit in here. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god. Wicked, why we've killed him? I say, Allah, I had resigned myself to Nashu's ungentle methodology. But you too, my brutish friend. But never mind that. I do not recall the world being quite so purple. Previously, I was with Nashu and Greg, wandering the bizarre, shadowy realm as the in that word rift. Alright, I get it too. Still not used to being around other people who have the echo. Where am I? Who am I? That sickening light, the aggressive posturing. I know what you are. You're one of them, ain't you? What you need is a good old-fashioned dwarven decking! Piss off, ghost! Sin Eaters confirmed afraid of twerking. Run for your lives, it's a Sin Eater. A Sin Eater. I'll be damned. I saw a vision of the man's past. No wonder he became convinced he was a Sin Eater. I saw it too. It was quite possibly the most ridiculous memory I've ever glimpsed. Answer me, my faithful assistant. Where are we? And why is it so purple? The first? The first what? Are you telling me we've somehow traveled to an entirely different world? Good gods, to think that I have transcended the very boundaries of time and space. But worry not, my adoring fans. Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, will return to you forthwith. soulful reunion. Well, I've enjoyed what time I've spent in this far-flung first that I can remember. We should be getting back to our own world soon. Would you happen to know how we might go about doing that? Restore my soul with a spirit vessel. Say no more. Your cursory description was more than enough for me to grasp the concept completely. It is not unlike brewing the perfect cup of coffee, which means our task is clear. We require the services of a skilled soul. That word. Splendid. I see even in this world you rub shoulders with the cream. Let us pay this Beglook a visit. I'm not sure what you're plotting to do with souls, but if you require Becklock's assistance, we can help. Aye, they've aided us time and again, and I reckon they'd do the same for your friend here. Come with us to the Cabinet of Curiosity. Back to the Crystarium we go. Fuck. If you're ready, I'll call for Beglook. Ah, the genius soul I'm gonna try those. Sommelier? You come highly recommended by Oliver, and what an adorable little puppy you have. Soul what? Puppy? I beg your pardon, but there seems to be some confusion. Oh god, I have to try this voice? How did it go? It was high pitched, but kind of sounded like they had a cold.
Puppy, who is this imbecile, Allah? I've half a mind to make him dig a hole so I can throw him in it. But I presume he is a friend of yours, and one in need no less.
Not quite as high pitched, but whatever, it works.
What? Another of your friends that needs to be sent back to the source? Have you gotten complex and difficult? Have you forgotten how complex and difficult it was to do it the last time? Yet you waltz in here and ask me this favor with the air of one shopping for a new hat.
Fucking face.
His case is no different than the others, at least. He is present only in soul, as they were. We'll need another spirit vessel, of course. You don't happen to have one on you already, do you?
I do have one? Entrusted to you by the crystal excerpt, you say? Huh. If only he knew how you were using it. I guess he gave us a blank one? I guess, okay, every soul crystal has his blood on it, which allows us to use the tower. Okay, gotcha. It doesn't necessarily have his soul in it. He doesn't carry around a spirit vessel that has his soul in it. Got it.
Fortunately, I have a proxy on hand. We've been using it to treat patients at risk of transforming into eaters, but I suppose it's due for a change of pace.
It's slowly warping into generic old man voice.
There is, however, one concern. In case I didn't make it clear before, the process can place great strain upon one's soul. If he's lacking in resilience, there's a chance he will not survive. That his very essence will be rent asunder.
It's a risk I'm willing to take. After what he's lived through, I would be implausibly anticlimactic for him to die like that.
Ha! Allah knows me too well. I assure you, my good sommelier, who is most certainly not a dog. You needn't worry for Hildibrand, Heliodor Maximilian Mandeville.
Yes, I get the distinct impression that the gods themselves
Could not kill him if they tried, and they have.
Come along then, Hildy. I can't be bothered to remember that name.
1,000 thanks. Simply point me to the soul siphon, and I shall hop right in.
The rest of you can wait here. I promise I won't hurt him, no matter how much I might be tempted.
I think the last time we had this conversation with Beg Lug, it was with Unakalai. And he's just like, are you fucking nuts? And we're just like, it's fine.
You will be pleased to know that the process was smooth and uneventful. Honestly, I was hoping for more of a challenge. All you need to do is take his spirit vessel back to the source and bring it in contact with his corporeal body. He should awaken immediately with his soul and memories intact.
If there's nothing else, Venard and I should be getting back to our duties. It was a pleasure, Allah, but all too brief. I won't pretend I understood even a fraction of what happened, but I'm glad I was here for it. Till we meet again, rest assured that Thaler and I will be doing our damnedest to look after the people here in your absence. And back we go. Goodbye, First. I'll miss you. We'll be back someday. I hope. Oh no. What happened?
You're back, and not a moment too soon. We have an emergency on our hands.
Wait, what? What does it say? Gentlemanly spirit vessel.
The Inspector's soul is in this, you say? That's great, but we have another problem now. The Inspector's body has gone missing. We went to the markets to do some shopping, and when we came back, he was nowhere to be seen.
I double-checked that every door was locked before we left, but there's nothing to suggest someone forced their way in.
We've got a case on our hands, the case of the evaporating Inspector. We must begin our investigation at once. Come on, let's start looking for witnesses.
It's a fucking Asian. What fucking Asian has possessed this man's body? Did I see anyone get carried out of that house, you ask? I was too distracted with stock taking to make any note of any comings and goings, so I couldn't be of more help. Didn't see anyone carry a person out of the house, no. But I did see a man carrying a particularly large sack, so heavy it's strange to lift it. I didn't think much of it at the time, but now that you mention it, it was a bit suspicious.
Ah, there you are. This man says he has vital information that will help us in our investigation.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Delian, editor-in-chief of the Thavnarian Truth, monthly publication devoted to exploring unexplained and otherworldly phenomena of our isle. Your companion shared with me the news of your friend's disappearance, and I happen to know precisely who is behind the incident, but I fear you may not like the answer, for the kidnapper is not of this star. Aliens. That's what that fucking meme is. Okay. I saw a meme on Twitter and was like, what the fuck is the context for this? They come from the heavens, but beyond the great expanse, they descend in curious saucer-shaped airships to study our world, our society, our buildings, and our very bodies. You shudder, no doubt, as you realize of whom I speak. It couldn't be, you protest. Oh, but it could. And it is. Your dear friend, it's the inspector, has been abducted by aliens. Oh, but he'll be fine, you assure yourself. After all, they just want to understand us better. You poor deluded child. That they do. But to what end? Why else? That they might one day take over our world. What is worse, they plot to do so with aid of collaborators, where the Charlians are in league with our would-be overlords, providing the aliens with vital information on our vulnerabilities in exchange for a position of power with their regime. Did the fucking Lobrats take Hildibrand? The final days was also the work of these alien invaders, an attempt to sow chaos, that our world would be easier to conquer. Blessedly, it was thwarted, if only by dumb luck, as those that did the thwarting were blissfully unaware of the true nature of the threat. I had hoped the setback would discourage the aliens from coming back, if not move them to abandon their ambitions, but it would seem events have only emboldened them. If they are indeed carrying out abductions, even as we speak, your friend lays prone on a sterile bed in their base and the surface of the moon, where they poke and prod him with inscrutable instruments as their floppy ears wiggle with fiendish delight. But I have said too much. I must continue my investigation in secret. The fate of our world is at stake.
Oh no, it sounded awful. We have to go to the moon and save the inspector at once.
I think he has a few materia short of melt. At least he got the floppy ears part right.
So you don't think the inspector is somewhere getting probed by aliens? But if not them, then who's
probing him?
A man carrying a suspiciously large sack? That sounds promising. Maybe someone else can tell us more. Someone up ahead may have seen something. Let's ask around.
Alright, Nashu, let's go.
Pariga and his family are the nicest people. They've got such gentle eyes and long snouts, too. Longer than anyone I've ever met in Eorzea. Very astute. The man with the sack? Indeed, I couldn't help but take note of him as he passed, trying so very hard to be inconspicuous as he was. He descended to Azadal's path, then went over to the fountain, where he met with a merchant, I believe. Such a hefty sack it was. My mind was racing with the possibilities of what it might contain. That had to be our man, right? We need to hunt down that merchant.
I never got this, really. Excuse me 1 second. There we go. Alright. Going down.
It's incredible, isn't it? It reminds me of the giant statue of Lord Godbird at the Gold Saucer. Once the inspector's back on his feet, we'll have to show him.
Man with a large sack. You bet I saw him. In fact, I sold him my chocobo. At first I told him to get lost, that the bird and I go way back, and so forth, but he was in a hurry, and his offer was very generous. When you're in my line of work, you can't afford to get too sentimental. And now I can buy a whole stable's worth of chocobos.
Did he say where he was planning to go next?
He was muttering something about having to get to Saltwind's welcome and hurry. Probably why he was desperate for a chocobo. It's a long way to go on foot, never mind the sack.
Did you hear that, Allah? We need to head to Saltwind's welcome right away.
I get the feeling a Scarpert.
It's quite a ways.
Here we are, which means the mysterious man with the mysterious sack must be near. Keep your eyes peeled. Over there! That man is definitely up to no good.
Okay, it's not Godbird.
Maybe he's waiting for a co-conspirator. We should stay out of sight and watch what happens.
Oh no.
Mr. Chupacabra. But he expressly told us he had put the evil schemes behind him. He wouldn't lie, would he?
The goods appear to be none the worse for wear. Very well. Your payment is promised.
My client will be most pleased. Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh no! Is he going to feed the inspector to that giant sea monster? It's an honor and a pleasure as always, Dr. Lugai. I have faith this specimen will meet your satisfaction. Oh god, what was the lore? We fought this thing in the Tower of Babel. Wasn't the lore that he was a doctor that put his consciousness in a body, in a robot? I think that's the lore. Is he trying to take Hildibrand's body? So this is the one said to be the strongest, most resilient in all the world. The Mander... Is this a fucking Dragon Ball reference? Is this a fucking world's strongest Dragon Ball reference? Are you serious? None other. He has weathered countless explosions and a multitude of martial abuses, including a devastating suplex I myself did witness. It is even said he survived a journey to Dalamud itself, survived the Lesser Moon's fall with nary a scratch. Most fortunately for us, he has fallen into a coma from which I am assured he will never awake. You are free to do with his body as you please. Even the mightiest of warriors can't fight whilst asleep. Those meddlers have gotten the better of me and my beautiful boy in the Tower of Babel, but my next child will be all but invincible. With this body mine to command, I will exact bloody, glorious revenge. Okay, so it is the guy. Forgive me my boldness, Dr. Lugai. But when might I expect the rest of my payment? I have debts that must be repaid. Worry not. With the Telephoroi good and gone for good, the vast fortune of House Brutus is entirely at my disposal. I shall shower you with wealth, my loyal minion. And gladly shall I accept the spoils, Doctor, and resolve never to renounce my wicked ways, or surely this time I will suffer no comeuppance. No, not you, not now. Brah, I must away. Who's got the body? Wait, Dr. Luga, my payment. Wake up, Inspector. Probably not the safest way to handle that. Could it be? The world's no longer purple. Stop moving, damn you! You're supposed to be comatose, centerpiece of my glorious revenge!
Mommy!
Oh my god. And there he goes. Oh, is he coming back? Yeah. Press all the buttons. All of them.
No! Say, that was a rather dramatic series of events to awaken to. But more importantly, after a brief detour, I find myself in my own world once more. A most sincere apologies for causing you such trouble, my loyal assistants. But rejoice, for Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return.
Shut the fuck up. What is this? Should we do something? What the fuck? I knew it. An alien abduction. And to think I would have had the chance to witness one with my own eyes. The month's issue of the Centenarian Truth will be the best one yet. And just when I thought we finally had the inspector back, off he went, and then came back, and then floated off again. What the fuck? Fucking speechless.
I know it's not the first time he's taken to the skies without warning, but still, it's always a little disappointing. Still, there's no use crying over flying inspectors. Let's return to Rodzatan. Oh, Inspector. Why have you left me again? And where have you gone? No, this won't do. Get it together, Nashu. There's a case to be solved. Just you wait, Inspector. Your loyal assistant Nashu will solve the mystery of your disappearance. Again. And don't you worry, Ella. As soon as I have a new lead, you'll be the first to know. Till next time. Meanwhile, in Mary Lemontorum, excuse me? What? What the fuck? It's Hildibrand's new son. Is this fucking... with astute mind? It's a fucking anime ending? What the fuck? Is that gonna be a minion? That has strong minion feels, that flying saucer. Oh my god. Oh, it's been too long since the last Hildibrand quest. My soul fucking needed that. All was fun while it lasted. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.